Hello, and welcome to this week's MWP Music Review, where we talk about the new music from Friday. Joining me as ever is Richard.
Hello.
Hello. This week we have new music from Little Mix, David Guetta, Billie Eilish, plus many more. All the latest music news, an update from on our Reddit page. As ever, we are now streaming live on Twitch. If you want to find us on Twitch, just simply go to Twitch and search Twitch TV /Mark Anthony DJ. Just be aware there is a slight 2-second delay between me and Richard because the wonderful world of the internet is just not fast enough. Even in this day and age. Right, so we will make a start. I'll just boost Richard up, make him a bit louder. So we're going to start off with Billie Eilish, and the track is called Your Power. Was it in your power to like this track this week, Rich?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. It was a bit of a nice change from what she normally does. Yeah, nice acoustic tune, great vocals. Yeah, a little different from what they normally do. Yeah, I really liked it. I gave it a 3.
3, okay. For me, it was okay. It was a take it or leave it. I'm not a big fan of Billie Eilish, to be fair. So it's just a take it or leave it for me. So it was a 2.5. Already we have people in the chat. So we have Avis 1947, which is your dad, is I believe.
Yes, yeah.
It is. Have you got the chat up as well, Rich?
Yes, I have actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have the legendary Mr. Jason Janswari with his massive weekend. He apparently went out last night? I think you went out, Jason, didn't you? Was it Friday? And he was going to mahoofus it. He was. So hope you had a good time. Right, so we'll move on to the next track. Jessie Ware. And the track is called Please. Again, it was a take it or leave it. I'm not. I like Jessie Ware, but our songs are just not really my cup of tea at the moment. So yeah, just a 2 for me.
I thought it was all right. I thought it wasn't too bad. I thought it was a bit of a head bobber. And it was a little summer vibe that I got from it, and I thought it was quite retro. So yeah, there was something about it. I don't know what it was. I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I kind of liked it, so I gave it a 3.5.
Okay. Next one is Little Mix featuring Saweetie, and the track is called Confetti. This is the first, I believe, single they brought out with just the 3 of them. What do you think of this one?
Right. Okay. Yeah, sort of kind of back to the way they used to do things. Kind of high energy, dance, pop tunes, nothing kind of obscure about it. So, straight down the middle, 2.5 for me.
Yeah, same for me, 2.5. It was take it late. It's still not as good. I still think their best track is that. Is it to do with what's it go like?
Well, the shout out to my ex.
Yes, that's it. The shout out to my ex.
Black Magic.
Black. That's my favourite. I think that's the best track they've done. That's a good track.
Yeah.
Next one, 21 Pilots. I think we reviewed one of their tracks last week, didn't we, or the week before? This one is called Choker. I actually liked the last one they did. This one, not so much. And it was just a 2 for me.
Yeah, it was exactly the same. Yeah, not much to say about it, really. Yeah, just really wasn't. If it hit me on a different day, different time, it might be different score. But for this one, yeah, exactly the same too.
Okay. Next one is Rag and Bowman, and the track is called Cat Fight Outside. Crossfire. What did you think?
Yeah, cool song. He's got such a deep voice, and it's nice. I love his voice. Acoustic track again, catchy. I kind of want to give it. I'll probably be listening to it throughout the week. Really, I want to give it some more time than I gave it. But so I just gave it kind of straight down the middle, 2.5. But I think it's going to grow on me. I'm going to really like it, and I think it's going to build up a bit more. I think you're going to start hearing it a lot more, I think.
Yeah, as I said, I just can't get into him. I just can't get into it. He might bring us out one day, but I'm not a big fan of his voice. It's a bit like Sam Smith. His voice doesn't do anything for me at all.
Oh, I like Sam Smith.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. He just doesn't float me boat. So just a 2.5 for me. Right, next one: Afrojack and David Guetta, Hero. Love it, of course. Dance track, but just because it's a dance track doesn't mean I always like them. So, but I'm a big David Guetta fan. I don't like everything he does, but this one again, loved it straight away. 5.
Oh really? Oh okay. Yeah, I didn't really get hang on, I'll just make sure my mic's in the right position. Yeah, I didn't I'm just trying to read my notes as usual. Yeah, just a standard pop dance tune for me, really. Nothing else to it. So I just gave it a 2. Yeah, it's not, I'm not a huge dance fan, so
no.
Stuff like that's got like I say, hit me on the right day, right time, sort of thing.
He's just done his first gig, hasn't he? To a crowd in Miami.
Oh really? Yeah, they seem to be. America seems to be. There's a lot of gigs going on in America. There's a lot of stuff like big things happen out there.
There is. Right, next one is Birdie, and the track is called "The Other Side." What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I like the production on it. Really nice. I like the songwriting on it. I gave it a 3.
Okay, why is my stream chat not working? Why does it do this? Anyway, you're not working. Sometimes technology. I'll tell you, my computer has been a right git today.
Yeah.
Working, and now the chat's not working.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Maybe,
no, the chat's working, but the thing that sends all the stuff isn't working. So I'm just going to have a quick look to see if I can get it fixed. I will leave it. It's not. Why is it not working? It's just one of those days today, isn't it? Here we go. Yeah, it's disconnected. Oh, that's working. Connect. It's disconnected itself.
right.
The wonders of technology. So what did you think of Birdie? Sorry?
Where are we? No, we're on to the next one. We've done Birdie. Oh yeah, I like the production on it. Nice, nice songwriting. 3. Give it a 3.
Okay. I can't mess with the Streamlabs right now because I have to log in and everything, so we're not going to mess with that. 5 for me for Birdie. Really liked it.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I'm quite liking Birdie. I've never into Birdie before, but the last 2 tracks I really liked. So, 5. Right, I quite like this guy, Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds. I've got quite a soft spot for this band for some reason. I don't know why, because I'm not really into this music, but I quite like Noel. It's We're On Our Way Now. Nice track. I prefer his stuff than I did the Oasis. I prefer his Noel's stuff much better. So 3.5. Yeah, it's a nice track.
Yeah, I wasn't far behind really. I gave it a 3. Really like. He's a good songwriter. Cool song. Obviously, if you're a fan, I think you're gonna love it. So I'm quite happy to listen to that a bit more. I think so. Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Okay. This is an interesting one. Spice, Shaggy, and Sean Paul go down to. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I thought it was quite catchy, to be honest. Yeah, catchy. No, I like the beat on it. I like Shaggy stuff. I don't know the other guy on it, but yeah, 3.5.
I like that stuff Shaggy did with Sting a couple of years ago. I quite like that. I listened to that album quite a few times. I really enjoyed it. It was a good album. So yeah, so this one for me, 3.5. Right, so that brings us to the end of the review of the music. Now we're going to move on to the news. So we've got a lot to go through. So I didn't know if you heard about this. Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones has been given all clear after a second cancer diagnosis. That's it. He's 73 years age, and he had small cancer cell, which typically affects the lungs. But they've given him the all clear again, so that's great news.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't hear anything about that in the news at all. I mean, I don't really watch much news, but I didn't see anything on Facebook for that. So yeah, that's good. That's good that he's getting the all clear.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right, next one. Made me laugh. Kanye West's Yeezy trainers sold for a record $1.8 million.
Oh wow!
So if you haven't got enough money,
that's not an NFT, is it? Or
no,
it says physical.
Yeah, it says a pair of shoes. It says a pair of shoes designed and worn by the musician Kanye West have sold for $1.8 million at auction, the highest amount ever paid for trainers. The Nike Air Yeezy 1 prototypes beat the previous record, which was held by a pair of Nike Air Jordans firsts that sold for $615 last year. Holy crap! You must really like Kanye West to buy his worn trainers.
Oh yeah, but you put them in a glass case, stick them in the living room, and whenever when you have your parties and stuff, you can show it off. That's what it is, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I'll buy a pair of yours now, shall I? So when you become famous.
Yeah. Hopefully that money went to charity. I'm sure it did. I'm sure.
Well, he doesn't need it, does he?
Went into his pocket. No.
No. It said they were sold by shoe collector Ryan Chang in a private sale. So yeah. Right. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button. Right, next one. No sign of infection after test concert in Spain, researchers say. So researchers in Spain have found no sign of higher levels of infection among people who have taken part in a large test concert last month. 6 people tested positive within 4 days of attending the gig, but everything else was fine. There was around 5,000 music fans took part, and only 6 got the COVID or tested positive. That's brilliant.
Yeah, what they was, I think I remember reading something. Yeah, so 6 from the actual festival or the gig tested positive for COVID, but they say only 2 of them actually got it from the concert.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good
news.
So,
either way, I mean, that's it's a great step forward and all that kind of stuff, and just they've got to test the water on it and see what it's like. And with tests like that, obviously coming back really positive is great. It's going to push everything forward, push everything in the right direction that we need it to go. So yeah, that's just positive on all fronts, really.
It is. Some great news. Mr. Tom Jones had his first #1 album in 2 decades with the new album Surrounded by Time. It's the Welshman's 41st studio album. 41? Bloody hell. And he's gone to #1. So there's hope for us all.
Yeah, there we go.
That's brilliant. Just shows, doesn't it? You don't have to be young to be at #1. So he's even beaten London Grammar, because they were #1 last week, weren't they? Right, Hamilton is to return to the West End. So smash hit musical Hamilton is planning to be back in London's West End this summer, more than a year after it closed because of the pandemic. So producer Mr. Cameron McIntosh said the award-winning show about the USA's founding fathers will resume at the Victoria Palace Theatre from the 19th of August. And it looks like, I think, all being well, all the theatres will start opening, won't they? End of July, beginning of August, and away we go.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that'll be the plan, won't it? So, by the end of this year, we should be all back to it, really.
Okay. Right. Now, we were talking about this the other day, actually, Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones prequel, House of Dragon, starts filming. So Game of Thrones prequel series House of Dragon is believed to have started filming in Cornwall. Isn't that where you are?
Yeah. I've got a little story with this.
Go on then. You're in it.
So a few years ago, quite a few years ago, maybe like 2015, 16 or something like that. I signed up to an agency to do extra work, to do, on TV shows, you stand in the background and all that kind of stuff. So I did one thing for them, and then that was it. It was like a little filler thing, just in between gigs and whatnot. And then I kind of forgot about it. And every now and again, I get emails through saying, "Oh, we need people for this shoot here and there." And what they like you to do is they always like you to message them, whether you can do it or not. They just like you to message them to stay in the system, which I've done. And last month, I got an email through with the agency saying, there's this show, we need extras for it. It's going to be based in Cornwall, and it's going to be shooting. There was 2 dates, the 19th and 20th of April.
Yep.
And I don't know why. Because I'm sort of in their system, but I'm not. I can't remember my login number and all this kind of stuff. And I need to I look a lot different to my pictures that I first gave them. So I need to change it. So I just kind of said, it said it was shooting in Cornwall. I thought, oh, that's amazing. I'm here in Cornwall. It's going to be down the road. It's going to be great. But I said no and stuff like that. And then where are we now? So yeah, on the 19th of April, Facebook kind of popped up. Game of Thrones have been filming in Cornwall. I thought, oh,
but that's what it was.
I've just blown my chance to be in Game of Thrones, haven't I?
You've got the beard as well.
I know. I fit the part. I could fit right in the background.
You would. Did you ever find out what that elf or whatever he was called in Lord of the Rings?
I think they're just the dwarf community or something like that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, if anybody's on the stream and you've watched Lord of the Rings, there's that little fella, isn't there, with the axe, and he's got a beard. And we said Richard would suit that part, but we can't remember what they're actually called because the elf is Lando Bloom, isn't he? That's the elf.
Yeah.
Right, so Coldplay have announced their new single titled High Power, which is going to be released on Friday, the 7th of May. So Coldplay released their last album. I can't remember what it was called now. It was totally, utterly different from the previous one, which they toured with. And it had all different, complete different vibes. When you listen to it, it goes from one extreme to the other. But I actually really liked it. I played it many, 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 many times. So, so they've had a bit of a break, which they did last year, and obviously they haven't wasted any time. And then obviously decided to release a new single. So I would have thought it won't be too long before they'll be bringing out an album. Do you like Coldplay?
Not really, no. Yeah, I've never really been a fan, no. Although I know this latest album that's coming out has got Jacob Collier on it. or he's been involved. No, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a jazz guy, he's a jazz musician, young kid, but just phenomenal. And I know he's had a lot of input on some songs and stuff like that. So I probably will be checking out only because he was kind of like a session musician on it, sort of thing. So yeah, other than that, yeah, Coldplay's not really my thing.
All right, I was never into Coldplay until they released that. What's it called? It's trying to describe it. It's like a luminous paint. The gig and the clothes. It was after the IXO album, and then I got into them after that. So the last 4 or 5 albums, I've been really into them. So probably one of my favorite bands now. So I look forward to that. Next is Pink has announced a new live album called All I Know So Far. It's a 16-track album. So yeah, that'll be, you quite like Pink, don't you?
Yeah, I like Pink. Yeah. I like hearing live albums from Pink and people like that because of the arrangements that they do and the kind of the stuff they do to live versions of the songs is really cool. So I'll probably check it out.
Yeah. Okay. As we talked earlier, Little Mix have opened up about their new single Confetti. It's the group's first release since the departure of Jesse Nelson. Obviously, we mentioned that earlier, so we can skip that. So Noel Gallagher has announced details of their first greatest hits album called Back the Way We Came. It's volume 1 from 2011 to 2021. I only know a couple of Noel's tracks, but I mean, as I said, I like his stuff better than Oasis. If you told me the name of the tracks, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But if I heard the track, actually, I'd probably recognize it. So I might have a listen to that. Because I really quite like. Do you like Noel Gallagher's music?
Take it or leave it, really. Like I generally sort of, if it's on the radio, I won't turn it off, you know. But I don't go out to listen to his stuff. So that sort of Oasis, Blur, I do like their stuff, but I'm just a tad young. I'm like 2 years too young for it to really have hit me the way it did. You know, that generation of 90s kids, you know.
It's funny that because people say that about, it's like Elvis, isn't it? Everybody knows Elvis, don't they? Everyone knows quite a lot of Elvis songs. And he's not been making new music for what? 30, 40 years, is it now? Something like that? It's
well, he is dead, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, as in generations. Because some people, don't they, make music years ago, like in the 60s, and they're not that, and they die out. The music doesn't seem to carry on.
Yeah.
As Elvis.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he? That's what I meant.
I think like, Elvis, he hasn't released a record for years. What's he going on about? What's he doing?
I'm going to ask your dad, Jim, to give you a slap when he sees you. Oh dear. But yeah, people like I like a bit of Elvis. Anyway, moving on. Olivier Rodrigo has been confirmed as the 7th performer taking the stage at the 2021 Brit Awards, which is obviously coming up soon. It's taking place actually on Tuesday, a week on Tuesday, May the 11th. Olivia Rodrigo, she did that piano one, didn't she? That went to number 1 for like 2 months. Driver's license.
I don't know. Oh yes, yeah.
So she's doing that, so that'll be quite good. I'm sure she'll be performing that song. Right now, I don't know if you watched this program. You probably didn't, because it was the 80s, but I used to love watching this program. I'll give you a clue and see if you can recognize the program, Rich. Okay.
Okay.
It has a pen. Anyone else in the chat? It has a pen and a checkbook in it. So it's a TV show. on BBC.
Blankety blank.
Yay!
Blankety blank.
Well done. Blankety blank, book, checkbook, and pen.
There were some good clues, though. That's a good clue.
Thank you. Well, it's making a comeback. So blankety blank.
Oh, okay. Who's doing the? Who's being the host?
So it's set to return on BBC One with a new Saturday night series hosted by Bradley Walsh.
Oh. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think he'll do a really good job.
Yeah. I like Bradley. He's got a good sense of humour. So the programme first ran from 1979 to 1990 with the Mr. Legendary himself, Mr. Terry Wogan. And then it was Les Dennis. It just wasn't the same without Terry. Was great because he had that microphone where it pulled it up, didn't it? And it was like a tiny little stick with a little mic on the end.
Do you know? I mean, I know the show Blankety Blank, but Blankety Blank for me is with who's the drag queen? What's his name?
Oh,
does For the Love of Dogs.
Oh, he's on Radio 2, isn't he? On Sundays. He's probably on right now, actually. Didn't he just is that lady, didn't he? Oh, God, chat helps out. Will you chat? Someone write the name.
Yeah, someone could write
We're doing it again every week.
I know. We did this last week, didn't we?
He talks like that. What was his name? I can see.
So that he.
There's no one typing in the chat. That's horrendous. Someone must know in the chat.
No. This.
What's his name? Oh man.
And I'll find it now.
I'm trying to think.
Paul O'Grady.
I was just about to say Paul O'Grady. You got it. Paul O'Grady.
Yeah. Who But who was his?
Lily Savage.
Oh, this is terrible. Lily Savage.
It's all coming back to me now.
There you go. So that's how I remember Blankety Blank. Is Lily Savage. And I think it was that time I could be completely out here, but I think it was the same time with like Blind Date. Still a Black and all that kind of stuff. I remember watching that stuff with my mum. So yeah.
Okay. I will look. I'll definitely watch that. Right, Glastonbury is to become a family-friendly campsite over this summer. So Glastonbury is set to be transformed into a family-friendly campsite over the school holidays, has been announced. The festival is to be cancelled again, which we obviously knew about. Now Worthy Farm is being opened to campers across the summer, with the fields featuring local food traders, a bar, and a village store. However, organisers Michael and Emily Avis warned the area would not be a party venue, and with both live music and sound systems would be banned. Basically, it's for families to go and have a nice time, relaxing time, which is great.
Glastonbury is been heavily going towards that family festival thing, haven't they? They are, it's not like what it was back in the day,
No.
So it's definitely. I remember speaking to people. I've never been to any. I've played like a couple of festivals, but like I've gone there, done the gig, then left. I've never really sort of done the big like Glastonbury, like Reading and things like that. Isle of Wight. I've never. I don't know. I've never been one to kind of been drawn to it. So, but the people I have spoke to have said that definitely the last 5 years or something like that. Glastonbury is definitely going more towards family friendly.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I mean, it's the whole festival thing is it's meant to be a bit raw, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Right, Britney Spears. Another new... the typical. The BBC are now doing a documentary about Britney Spears. Is the latest attempt to shed light on the controversialship about, obviously, what's going on at the moment with her dad. Well, why? Why the BBC doing one now? It's already been done. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just, that's just what they're doing, isn't it? It doesn't, is it a real big problem? I don't know. I think if it was really like massive, why aren't people actually physically doing stuff about it? Like going, like her friends and people that know her, instead of like going on TV going, oh well, yeah, she's locked up in her house. Or why don't you go? You're meant to be her mate. Go to her house and get her out of there.
When, as I said, when you watch the documentary, a lot of it, she's, this is only my opinion, is a lot of it she's done herself, as in, she knew the paparazzi were there, and she just would keep going out. Well, you're asking for trouble. just stay away.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
There's always ways you can get around going out without the pap seeing you. There's lots of people, but she just literally got out the car and, well, don't, just, there is ways. Get a blacked out Mercedes van thing and sit in the back. So you could be in it, could be not. It's just, I don't know.
I don't know if it's that easy to get a blacked out van so you can go to the shops and buy a pack of fags,
Well, it must be. So you must be able to do something about it, mustn't you? So you don't get the pap all over you all the time, taking photographs of you 24/7.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw, the reason I say all that is because someone was on Lorraine yesterday. I was flicking over on the TV.
Lorraine?
And no, I was just flicking through it, and the Britney Spears thing was on there. Yeah. And someone was on there, and they were saying, oh, she's a really close friend, well, but she's locked up in her house and stuff. And I've not even watched the documentary. I should watch it, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to watch it from somewhere by now. So anyway, more festivals face cancellation. Music festivals still due to take place this year could be scrapped without the safety net of the government, due to obviously cancellation of insurance. So, well, it's the same thing we keep going over. They've got to decide whether they're going to do it or not, because obviously, if it doesn't go ahead, now the only thing I would say is that if it goes ahead and there is no lockdown and they don't make any money, then that's not the government's fault, is it? Because people are dying to go out. So if obviously lockdown or something serious happens, and then the only way I thought they could do it is if they say tickets are not refundable because due to COVID they will go into 2022 and do it that way. I don't know if legally they're allowed to do that or legally they have to refund you. If they don't have to, then that's the only other way, I think. But the problem is then someone could turn around and say, well, I don't live in this country anymore. I've moved to Brazil, so I can't go. So
yeah, it's tricky, isn't it?
It is. It's either tough. If you buy a ticket, if it says that if you buy a ticket and you can't go, you won't be refunded. I don't know. Dakota Vibe, how you doing? I'll come to Dakota in a minute. What do you think?
No, yeah, I totally agree with what you were saying there. Yeah, a lot of stuff is, if it gets cancelled, it generally is kind of just moved to next year. Especially at this time, because obviously at the beginning of the year stuff was still a bit shady, so things were being moved, and so Yep.
Okay. So we got Dakota Vibe in the chat. Me and Dakota, amongst many others, another 30 odd others, we have just had our music reviewed by the legendary Mr. Duke Dumont. I can't remember now, Dakota. What did he say about your track? If you're still on the chat, let us know. But with mine, he said, I was so like, oh my god, it comes my track. I was trying to take it all in. So he said he wanted he wanted more vocals in it. And I can't remember something else he said. have to listen back to it. But it wasn't bad. So, but he basically gave constructive criticism on everybody's track. So, but yeah, so that was quite cool. So to have Duke, I think he said it took him 10 years before he had a hit with "I Got You." Yeah, that's right. It took him, it took him 10 years, and then he had a hit with "I Got You," and then the house he was streaming at tonight, he bought the money from that he made on that hit. He bought, so which is true. He said it's a marathon rather than a sprint, and there was all different kinds of music tonight. I mean, some I liked, some I wasn't so keen on, but. Even he said himself, at the end of the day, there's gazillion billion people in the country. You're always going to get some people who like it, some people who don't. And just because that person doesn't like it doesn't mean that this other person's not going to like it. So you should, like you said, you should still keep doing your own stuff, because it might find a place it might find a place in the industry. So it was. He was on for 2.5 hours reviewing everyone's tracks. God. I was going. Hurry up, Duke! Come on, Twitch soon. Hurry. So yeah. Bless him. So that was brilliant. Anyway, we move on. So the Grammy Awards scrap controversial voting committees. So we've heard about all this before. So the organisers of the Grammy Awards have scrapped their anonymous voting committees following allegations of rigging, favoritism, and racism. Well, we've heard about this, haven't we, from The Weeknd. I think the other one was Drake, wasn't it? The other one was Zayn Malik. All saying that.
Yeah, there's been a few, haven't there, that's kind of spoken up about it.
And apparently, obviously, they've got together. Actually, it says about here, Canadian singer, The Weeknd. They've obviously changed it, so we'll have to see what happens next year. I mean, let's be honest. The Weeknd should have got a Grammy. He had the biggest hit single of the entire year with "Blinding Lights" and got diddly squat for it. And I thought he should have got a Grammy for that. Come on,
yeah,
should have got a Grammy for that. If you got the biggest song in the world out of anybody, he should have got he should have got a Grammy for that. That's ridiculous. So hopefully it'll be a bit more fairer. Right, so do you know what's happened this weekend in Liverpool, Rich?
Do I know what's happening this week in Liverpool?
This weekend in Liverpool, yeah.
No, I don't.
You're not watching the news?
No. I watch a tiny bit in the morning and then a tiny bit at night, and then that's it. I really try and stay away from it.
Okay. No, well, to be honest, I don't watch the news. So basically, what's happening in Liverpool, it started on Friday, Saturday, and then tonight. So Friday, they did a nightclub. So they went to the warehouse and they had 5,000 girls and boys go to this club. I think it was in a warehouse or something. Anyway, somewhere in Liverpool. And basically, there were, 3,000, and they were going to test to see if any of them obviously got the virus. So basically, they went there, they had to have a test, then they went to the night, and then they're going to get tested a couple of days after. No masks, nothing. So far, apparently, it's gone so far so good. Obviously, they said they won't know for a week or so, a couple of weeks, but apparently all the the white coats were there, keeping an eye on everything. And then last night, it was a band that played. I can't remember the name of the band now. Again, massive gig. Again, same test. And I think tonight it's the cinema, I think, they're doing. And they're testing that out. So, the band was called The Blossoms. Do you know The Blossoms?
Yeah, I've heard The Blossoms. Yeah.
No,
that's really cool.
The band's called The Blossoms.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay.
Yeah. That's. Hopefully, it all comes back. What we want to hear. So to push things forward. It's crazy. Like I went. It's so weird, isn't it, when you look back on it that we had we had the first lockdown, this massive lockdown, then everything got eased up. I mean, I went to the cinema. Uh, during when it eased up, we just had to wear a mask and stuff like that. But then it's weird, the cinema, because you had to wear a mask unless you were eating or drinking. Now, if you bought a massive popcorn thing, you're going to be eating all the time, so you're not wearing a mask for the entire film.
Especially if you get the big bucket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which you will.
Yeah. So that's a bit strange, but yeah. Hopefully, it all comes back positive, and we can move on.
So basically, this is basically a government pilot event that they are trying over the 3 days. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will go well. Hardly anyone will have anything. And then obviously we can get back to full-time gigging, which our first gig is in a month's time, isn't it? Just over a month. So we'll see how that goes. Right, so that brings us to the end of the news. My phone's going buzz, buzz, buzz. Now we'll move on to the Reddit page. So if you just go on to Reddit and search MWP Music Review, you will find us on there. So let me get our page up, see what we've put on for you this week. New posts. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is controversial about YouTube. YouTube have just done this to your channel. So basically, YouTube are now letting people use your video in their videos. So you can copy bits from their video. Why they've done this, I don't know, but apparently you have to go in.
I'm sure they might, but
go on.
I bet you can opt out on it.
You can. There is a setting that you have to go to tick either tick or untick. But straight away it's this. You need to check to see if it's ticked. I mean, apart from putting the gaming one on YouTube, I'm not too bothered about. So if people want to copy me racing my cars around, that's they can do all they want. But my music for my YouTube, which I'm setting up, then that's a different kettle of fish. So because I don't want people copywriting. So if you don't want people copywriting, you need to make sure. So this video on Reddit tells you where the tick is. So you need to check that out.
Yeah, I think the dilemma is so if you put up a video, especially if you've got like 3 million subscribers, you put up a video, and then someone takes that video, copies that entire video, and then is distracting from your views. Do you know what I mean? Does exactly the same, titles it the same way, tries to get the same kind of hashtags, and before you know it, your video is not being viewed. It is being viewed, but not on your channel. I mean, people copying other people's videos. I mean, like people talking about someone's video and then giving them a reference and actually, dragging bits in. I think that's absolutely fine, but that's where it's going to get a bit tricky, Yeah,
we'll have to see. But if you 100% don't want that to happen, then check that video out and that will tell you how to stop it. So Xbox have released the best gaming headset, apparently. It's called the Bang & Olufsen BioPlay Portal Wireless Headphones. Apparently they're utterly amazing. So we put that on there for you. There's a video of unboxing. Right, Melanie C does a acoustic version of Who I Am. So we put that on for you. Back to the Xbox. Ghostbusters game, Rich. It's out. Coming out.
Oh. Sounds good.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to the movie, actually. vidIQ have released How to Get Noticed on YouTube. Yeah. We've all been trying to do that for years. The problem is, some of them, vidIQ always go by stats, and to help you with the stat, and they say this, if a specific content works, you should try this all the time. But the problem is, if, like with me releasing music, if 1 month, one single you can get and someone likes it, and the other one doesn't like it, or you put a gaming video on, don't you? And one person likes that, lots of people like that video you put on for a little bit, but the other one doesn't. So I never understand it myself personally. How it all works basically. It's weird.
I think my video froze. So what's that about?
I'm not going to repeat all that now. But how to get noticed? How to get noticed on YouTube? I won't go through it all again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dakota Vibe says I use the Steel series Arctis Pro DTS headphones XV20. Okay, I don't know that particular make. I presume they're quite cool, are they? So Dakota, are you an Xboxer, PS, PC? Let us know what games you play, mate. On Twitch, that'd be quite cool. So while he's doing that, Quickie Pixel is back with self-care tips. 5 self-care tips for streamers. So basically, she just goes through the 5 best things to make sure your streams are running okay. Xbox again, Rainbow Six Siege, the Jackal Elite set is coming out on Xbox. Tiny Desk, don't know this guy. Sun Lux, you heard of him before?
I have not, no.
No. So he's on Tiny Desk.
Cool.
World of Warships: The Legends, which is a free game. You can play it free online on the Xbox. They brought out the Duel, I think this extension. Now, last week, when we were speaking to Jason Jensari, he mentioned the word Mahusif, because it was to do with the farming simulator. Well, this week, they've now brought out the flight simulator, the Top Rudder Solo 103 ultralight plane. There you go, Rich.
Oh, cool. Is that on Xbox? Is it? Or
it'll be on Xbox. Well, it's an Xbox because obviously I've got an Xbox, so it'll be on all platforms.
Oh, okay.
So
I haven't got any of them.
No. Right, Dakota. Yeah, for music and streaming. Okay. Kona Exiles was really good. I built a cool base there. Okay. He spelled music MUSIK. Oh.
That's how the kids spell it nowadays, isn't it?
Is it? Well, I don't know.
I have no idea. No idea.
Dakota, where you from? Let us know where you're from. You probably say Cornwall or something. Right. The new Electric Volt Xbox controller is out. I don't know what the hell that means. Electric Volt. What are you supposed to when you play on it?
Hey, do you remember for the Nintendo, you used to get the Rumble pack thing?
Yeah.
So you put it in the actual physical, this huge brick to go onto the controller, so it would shake when you hit something. Yeah.
Well, he's actually from Germany / Poland. Ah, well, that's
cool.
Perhaps how they spell music. You see. Yes, because even on the Xbox controller, it's got the racing games I play. It's constantly buzzing. But it was that reminded me Nintendo. Did you ever play GoldenEye?
Yes, loved GoldenEye. Yeah,
classic.
I would buy, because you can buy N64s dead cheap for like 30 quid.
Oh,
I would just buy it just for that, just for GoldenEye. GoldenEye. There was a couple of other games I had. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah, GoldenEye was huge, man.
When we start going on going around the country again in the world or whatever, and we're bored, we're going to have to buy a Nintendo machine, aren't we, with a game of GoldenEye, so we can play it in the dressing room.
yeah, it would be pretty cool. We'd never leave the dressing room, though.
No, the problem is we spend
never make it on stage.
No, we spend like 4 or 5 hours in the damn dressing room waiting to go on. It's horrendous at times. Claire Kenyon, is that your sister?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Claire. She's just subscribed. Thank you for the follow. It's very kind.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, SpongeBob came up on the screen. Right. So you know that GT game I play, Assetto Corsa Competizione?
Right.
You'd say that.
Yeah.
They're bringing out the British GT pack, which looks really cool. Onto Tiny Desks again. Lake Street Dive. Form on Tiny Desk. Put that on for you. Quaker Pixels back again. How to add closed captions to your Twitch stream on OBS Studio. Do you know how to do that?
Cool. I got rid of my OBS.
You did, because your computer was dying, wasn't it?
Computer's about to crash, yeah.
Never mind. Hopefully you'll be able to get a new one soon when we start gigging again.
I
definitely need to get a new one. It's driving me nuts. Right. World of Tanks. Back to Xbox. Modern Armor. Again, this is a free game on Xbox. They brought out the Modern Armor version. Shelly FKA Dram is on Tiny Desk. I've never heard of her before. And I think... Oh, no, there's a couple here. Katy Perry, Louise Sonez, Bruno Martini, Cry About It Later. They brought out a lyric video. We'll put that on for you. On The Weekend with Ariana Grande, Save Your Tears. Remix version that they brought out. We put that on for you. Joel Curry and Rain David Guetta have brought out the David Guetta Festival Mix. We put that on there for you as well. And on Xbox, there was a free-to-play updates. So if you watch the video, it's going to tell you what's out now and what's coming up free to play on Xbox. So that'll be quite cool. 6 people you shouldn't work with in the music industry.
Go on, what are they? What are the 6 people?
I don't know, because it's a video. I did watch it,
right.
and I thought when I watched it, I thought, yeah, there's a longer list than that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's good. Tiny Desk again, Afro Punk. They brought on Tiny Desk, and I think that's us up to date. Yes, it is. So, what's the track of the week for you today, then, Rich?
I have no idea, but this week's been better than. Well, no, last week was good. But the last few weeks have been rubbish. What's yours? I need to find mine.
David Guetta.
Oh, you've not given me enough time. Do you know what? I'll actually go. Even though I gave it a 2.5, I'll go Rag and Bone Man.
Okay.
Crossfire.
What score did you give that?
Yeah. I gave it a 2.5. I have given it higher scores to other tracks, but I just feel this one's going to grow on me more and more.
Were you here on the radio?
Yeah.
So
just generally hearing it. I think I'll play it over the next over the next week anyway.
So how do you listen to your music? Radio or I mean, I've got quite a lot of Twitch followers now. When we speak on different streams, a lot of them say they just basically listen to music on Twitch all the time. How do you listen to yours?
Right. Okay. That's interesting. So if I'm doing a lot of driving and stuff, it'll be the radio. Although recently I have sort of been hooking my phone up to the car to listen to Spotify, but it's been Spotify for years. Really. That's the main source. And what I do is then if I want live versions, even though that you can get live versions of songs on Spotify, because obviously live albums, I tend to go to YouTube for that. And then for more kind of obscure stuff, I'll go to YouTube.
Right.
And listen to stuff like that. I've not really found I didn't really find much on Amazon Music. I tried that I had a free trial for about 3 months, but I just found it just the way you interact with the with the app. It just wasn't for me. I wasn't getting what I wanted from it.
No.
And then I've not tried Apple Music, so yeah, just Spotify and YouTube really. But it's I've just recently cancelled my Spotify subscription, so I'm going back to the free one with the ads in like 2 days time. So
you're that 2% then.
It's going to be interesting to see what I'll be in the 2%. Yeah. Just to it'll be interesting to see what the ads are like.
Yeah, I mean, I basically listen to all my new music on New Music Friday. That's about as much as I go to find new music. So yeah, it's Spotify for me. But yeah. Anyway, email time. What we got?
Oh, let's have a look, see if we've got one email. If you would like to email us,
no,
you can. You can markandrichardpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us send us an email. Tell us where you're listening from, what you think of these tunes that we're reviewing, the bits of news, and just say hi, and we'll give you a shout out. And we've not got any emails.
We never do. No.
So yeah, just hopefully. You need to be more positive than that, Mark. We want to get by the end of this year, just one email. It can't be family. Can't be
no,
that
Claire.
We know. It's got to be
Jim.
Yeah. It's got to be someone random who generally listens to the podcast and knows the struggle that I'm going through.
Right, so before we go, we do this every week. So what are you up to this week, Rich? What's the excitement?
So I've got rehearsals coming up soon for some up and coming gigs. So I will be so there's a lot of work to do for that, and a bit of teaching and that sort of stuff. I did a little bit of session work last week. That was good. Then this week, just teaching and rehearsing and getting ready for these gigs that are coming up. So it's all doing the whole bottleneck thing. It's all coming to the to the top, and then we can start gigging again. So I think next week or something like that, you're chucking me some songs to learn and stuff like that. So other than that, not a lot. Just it's been lovely weather down here, so I enjoyed today with the weather, but I think we've got some storms coming, which is fine by me.
Tomorrow,
I'll be
tomorrow
sitting in
the UK,
sitting inside all day. So how about yourself?
What am I doing? So again, making more music. So I'm working on the next track. I've finished one, which I sent to the distributor, so that's gone. And then I'm working on another one for the month of May, and that's just about finished. So I'm doing that. Streaming on Twitch as usual, doing racing, music production. I streamed a bit of making my website today. So I'm making a new.
I did try and get onto that. Yeah, I did try and watch that. What's the website for?
So basically, I'm making a website for myself for the music. So because websites, basically, no one really finds your websites now. So I was umming and ahhing whether to do one or not, because everyone either finds you on SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, So people really don't go to websites. So I started building one today on Wix, and I did about an hour and a half stream, and I didn't get very far because I couldn't. I used to build websites on Wix all the time, but they've updated it, so I had to refine myself again. So, but the problem is when I got back on Wix, I remembered it's so slow. It's when you click on something, it takes forever. And I thought, that's why I bloody didn't bother with this stupid thing. It says, do you also have a sound?
Yeah, I've noticed that about Wix before.
Yeah. I have got a SoundCloud account. Took over Vibe. I'll just get that for you. It takes ages, absolutely ages to load. I'm thinking this is ridiculous. And you click, load, click, load, click, and it really does my head in.
Yeah.
So I don't. I think, is it actually worth it? Because basically, just copy that for decoder. Click, put that in the chat. Paste. Chat. There you go. There we go. You're welcome. Rich doesn't have one because he just twiddles with the guitar, don't you, Rich? You don't make music yet. Although Rich is on my tracks. Some of my tracks.
Yeah, I do have. I won't be able to give you a link, but I do have a DJ one. I have a funk and soul and smooth jazz.
What about yeah.
So on there, there's a couple of mixes on there and stuff like that. But for music and that, no, really, all that kind of stuff goes on Instagram.
Does. Do you want to give that away?
Yeah, just RJ Randall. I think it's just RJ Randall. Let me just check.
Was he a singer? Not sure. You're talking about Rich, Dakota. No, he wasn't a singer, no. So Richard, basically, he plays guitar.
No.
Hey? You're talking to me? Oh, yes, Rich.
Richard Randall. You can find me on Instagram, and you'll find me playing guitar and bits and pieces and things like that. Or I think my username might be r.j.randall.
I can't believe you say this every week. You're never very good, are you? Telling us your Twitch page. Let me.
Well, I don't normally have to. I don't normally have to.
You're popular today, you see. Let me find you. Goodness sake. So it's RJ Randall, isn't it?
On Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, it's so slow, my. There it is. Found it already. So slow.
Oh.
Everest.
Yeah, I think you need a new computer, don't you?
Well, it's not. It's ever since this update. The Microsoft updated today, and the computer is mega slow. But I haven't. There we go. That's Richard's Instagram for you there, Dakota. If you're anyone's interested. so basically. Is anybody interested in listening to us? Full stop. That's the problem. So basically, Richard plays guitar, and then he on my own music, he does some parts on there, and keys and stuff, and he also does.
Oh yeah, I played keys, didn't I? I played a keys part, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I've not actually heard that yet.
August it comes out.
Is that out?
No, August that comes out.
Oh, okay.
Claire, well done, love. You've just joined the chat. I'm interested. He. I've just found the chat. I'm taking your sister 50 minutes to find the chat.
Yeah. It's somewhere. No, because it's probably like a little side button you have to press for it to pop out or something like that.
Oh, I see. 'Cause she's probably looking on the phone. Me and Tech, she's put. Yeah, well done. Nothing like joining the party late there, Claire. Well done, my love. So that, and then Rich does gigs with me as well. So yeah, we do a bit. I'm on the phone. Yeah, that's very good. Right. So I think that brings us to the end of this week's show. Me and Rich will be back next week as ever, 8 p.m. I was going to be doing music production straight after this stream, but because Duke Dumont took 2.5 hours to listen to my music. It completely cut the rest of my evening up. Yeah. So I haven't watched the Grand Prix yet, so I'm gonna watch that instead. So and then I was gonna stream tomorrow, but I'm not now because I haven't seen my little man all day. He's been out. So I thought I'd spend some daddy time with him.
Yeah, it's bank holiday, isn't it? So
yeah.
you're not working tomorrow, are you?
No, I'll be streaming tomorrow night. No, I'm not working tomorrow. So I'll be streaming tomorrow night doing racing. But I'm not streaming. I was going to stream during the day, but I'm not. I'm going to spend some time with my little man. So, because he hasn't seen his daddy all day. Bless him.
Cool.
So yeah, so that's it. So we will end it there. So it's a goodbye for me.
It's goodbye for me.